my opinion, Spotify is one of the best platforms for artist discovery. I've been able to amass over 1.5 million streams and 240,000 total listeners on the platform since I started distributing my music to Spotify using DistroKid back in 2017. More on them later. With that many people listening, I should have a ton of fans by now, selling tickets everywhere, right? While I'm super grateful for the few thousand followers I have on Instagram, it's not exactly where people might envision an artist with 70,000 monthly listeners to be. This is because streams don't translate into fans. Being an artist is a lot more than the amount of monthly listeners you have on Spotify. While that number does merit some significance, a true fan isn't just some number on a screen. A true fan is someone who is there for every release and is the first person to support you, whether it's through shows, album sales, or merchandise. They're always sharing your music with their friends because they think you're that great of an artist. These true fans are what propels your music into a full-blown career. Like I mentioned earlier, Spotify is an amazing platform for artist discovery, and I found some of my favorite artists through Spotify. You can definitely utilize the platform to grow your fan base and create a dedicated audience around your music. However, there are certain ways to go about promoting your music that gives you a better chance of finding that dedicated audience. To find that audience, let's first go over passive listening versus active listening. Passive listening is when someone isn't giving their full attention to the music they're listening to. For example, if you shuffle a playlist while you're studying, or music happens to be playing in the background of a store or a restaurant you're at, this is classified as passive listening because you're not giving your full focus to the music you're listening to. Active listening is the opposite of that, where you're listening to a song with intent. Maybe a friend wants to show you a song they really like while you're in the car, or a song pops up on a TikTok you're watching, or you're going out of your way to discover new music through Spotify's Discover Weekly algorithmic playlist. This is considered active listening because you're listening to music with more focus. As you can guess, active listening is where true fans are created. So how can we optimize your Spotify profile for more active listeners? First of all, you need your music to be on Spotify, which means you need a distributor. In my personal opinion, DistroKid is the best distributor for independent artists like you and me. Other distributors charge on a per song basis, but at just $20 a year, DistroKid lets you upload unlimited music to all the major streaming services like Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Deezer, and many more. Like I mentioned earlier, I've been distributing with DistroKid since 2017 and have not found any other service that comes close to what DistroKid has to offer. Regardless of the sponsorship, I definitely think they're the best distributor out there. So if you want 7% off your first year of DistroKid, go to distrokid.com/VIP/Adriel or click the link in the description. I mentioned it briefly, but algorithmic playlists are one of the best sources of active listening on Spotify because they're playlists curated to the listener's specific taste. This makes discovering music they actually like a lot easier. The algorithmic playlist that does this the best is Discover Weekly because it's dedicated to helping the listener find new music. This will probably be the best algorithmic playlist that gets you the most active listeners. So how do we get you on these algorithmic playlists? Let's go back to the main idea of this video. More streams do not equal more fans, and that's because the quality of streams takes priority over the quantity of streams. Let me give you an example. At the time of recording this video, my latest single, Meant to Be, is on a crap ton of independently curated playlists. These playlists have generated literally thousands of streams for the song, and it now has over 80,000 streams. However, these playlists are usually played in passive listening scenarios, meaning the quality of the listeners isn't as good as a song like I Guess It's What I'm Used To, which is the song I released before this one. I Guess It's What I'm Used To has only 15,000 streams compared to Meant to Be's 80,000, but I Guess It's What I'm Used To is not a lot more algorithmic playlists because I focus on the quality of my streams, not the quantity. The people who initially listened to this song were actively listening, adding the song to their playlist, saving it to the library, and playing it on repeat. That in turn showed Spotify that this song is one worth pushing in the algorithm. Even though this song doesn't have an absurd amount of streams, because the quality of streams is so high, I can guarantee you that so far it's created more true fans through this song than Meant to Be. That's not to say that Meant to Be isn't creating true fans for me or that it won't get a more algorithmic playlist eventually. Algorithmic playlists are necessary in growing a fan base, and it's super important that you know which playlists do what and the best practices for getting onto all of them. If you want to know more about Spotify's algorithmic playlist, feel free to click on this video right here. Show your genius.